All right, welcome back, everybody, to another session of Kureon. Susie really put me off there, and now I'm off my game. Yep, it's Susie's fault. It's always Susie's fault.
Oh man, that bus that just went by. I hope Susie's okay.
Well, my name is Stuart. I'm your Dungeon Master for today, and of course, I'm joined by the rest of the party, including our host, Susie. We've got Aaron here, Jamie, and Stevie, who has how many subreddits pinned to your taskbar?
An undisclosed number.
An undisclosed number. We're back, but before we get going with the actual session, which will start momentarily, we have a few announcements to make. The usual ones. I don't think there's anything special this week. I've got to ask everyone because I'm very organized today. But of course, you can see our wonderful host, Susie, on some various other shows as well. On Wednesdays, this Wednesday, she DMs for myself and Jamie here, as well as Lydia and the indomitable Marissa. Curse of Strahd in Bike Club, where we tread all over her dreams. That's pretty much what happens. But on Thursdays, she gets to DM with other people who tread on her dreams. In the Order, the viewer game this season on Encounter Roleplay. And you can go to the link, which is in chat, I believe, to sign up on the Discord. I believe Lydia made a command for it. I can't remember what the command was, though. But you can go onto the Encounter Roleplay Discord, where you can sign up to viewer games for this season, where you get to play as a monster hunter in the Enigmatic Order, which Susie is the DM for. As well as that, on Fridays, and I've been forgetting to say the time of all of these. The Order is at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. EST, which is 10 p.m. BST, and Uprising in the Parentlands, which is on the Greyhawk channel. What?
The Order's at 10 p.m. BST.
10 p.m. BST, that's what I said.
You said 5 p.m.
I said 5 p.m. EST.
Did you?
Yes. I'm fairly certain I said that. It's at 10 p.m. UK time. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern Seaboard. There
we go.
That's an easier way of putting it. But Rising in the Parentlands, which is the Greyhawk channel game, where Susie is in Greyhawk, is at 6 p.m. BST, which is 1 p.m. EST, and that is over on the Greyhawk channel. As well as that, you can catch me with the same DM as the Greyhawk channel game, Scranicus, on Scranicus's channel at 6 p.m. BST, which is 1 p.m. EST, for Wizards and Wardrobes. And that is every Tuesday night. Let's see, what else we got? Go buy Seal the Deal, which is the DLC to A Hat in Time, available now on all major platforms, including the co-op update. What else have we got? Yes, actually, that reminds me. On the 31st of this month is the final game of the year. I think my internet's going wonky. Am I back?
You seem fine for me.
Okay. Yeah, my internet connection is unstable, Zoom is telling me. But on the 31st of this month in Edinburgh, if you're in Edinburgh around that time, make sure you go sign up for the final Edinburgh Vaults D&D game of this year, DM'd by our absent Warlock, Lydia. She is DMing there a special Halloween-themed one-shot in the haunted 18th century Edinburgh Vaults. Or is it 16th? One of the two. I'm not the tour guide here. So you can go sign up to that on Mercat Tours. I think that's it for that slightly disjointed announcements this week. It's been a weird day. Unless anyone has anything else? No, we all good? Yeah? All right. Well, let's get right into it then, in something I have a little more control over than my life. So, last time on Kureon, our party found themselves in the plane of Earth, seeking the final implement of the inner planes, which they needed to activate the Orrery of Worlds and open a pathway to save their friend, Namari. They arrived, seemingly, in an inn, run by an myconid, a mushroom man, by the name of Richard. After a seemingly tense exchange, including an unwillingness to have spores sprayed on you, they found the object of their desire lie just beyond, as the strange shifting tectonics of the plane of Earth meant that things often ended up in weird places next to each other, such as an inn next to a feasting hall. They acquired some formal wear, and after carousing with a number of unsavory individuals and a new best friend in the sort of foyer entranceway to the Hall of Glittering Feasts, they made their way inside, where they saw the great King of the Zones, Chudi Dori Chorm Krakrabao, about to start on his great feast. And within there, they saw the object that they were searching for, the torus-shaped gemstone, the vaguely torus-shaped gemstone that was a rumbling in the deep, the final thing that they needed. And as we ended last session, the king had just begun his feast. As he had turned and began swallowing up huge handfuls of these great meaty Zorn hands into his open giant maw of gemstones and minerals and all forms of precious crystalline objects. Around you, the mood instantly tenses. You see hands reaching for weapons, going inside of coat pockets for various different implements. As all of the guests around you, their eyes fixate on different parts of the table, and you see the telltale signs of avarice in their eyes. Either side of you, the Zorn guards, which led you in here, tighten their grip on their long pikes, their single great eye narrowing as they look at the arrayed guests here. And in this moment, you realize that you're not the only ones here to steal something.
Well, we already knew that.
In fact, everyone is here to steal something.
That makes things a lot easier.
So, what would you like to do?
Does anyone want to be a giant eagle?
I thought the plan was you give the bag to Tilly, you giant eagle take Tilly, because Tilly is carryable.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. I just wanted to know if anyone else wanted to do it. Like, is that what we're going with?
We should.
I think that's our best plan.
Okay. Are we going to wait for someone else to make a move and they get jumped on and then we go second?
Yeah, we should let things kick off a little bit, unless we see someone else going for our thing.
Okay, in that case, I might incite something. If no one goes. Is that cool with everybody?
Yep.
Cool. Wait a couple of minutes, and if no one goes, I'd like to minor illusion whisper in some random person's ear and go, "The signal is now."
Are you wait?
Just try to be stupid and vague and just like,
Are you waiting? Is that a Yorkshire couple of minutes, which is actually a couple of seconds, or is that an actual?
Yeah, about 15 to 20.
15 to 20. All right. Okay. Seconds, right?
Yeah.
Not minutes.
No, hours, I think.
Yeah, hours.
Big meal.
You look around and you see that everyone here is sort of eyes glancing between each other. Weapons aren't drawn yet, but hands are very obviously on them, like some sort of mafia, some sort of, everyone's poised at the mafia event. They know that something's about to go down. It's the funeral of the old Don. But no one seems to be willing to make the first move at this point, as the Zorn King is just shoveling gemstones into his mouth. He's probably eaten about 100,000 gold worth of gemstones already.
We're near the guards, right?
Yeah, there's a guard directly to your right.
I point vaguely into the crowd near us and shout, "Look, thief!"
Okay, make a deception check for me.
I mean, it's not a deception. There's lots of thieves here.
You have a point.
In this instance, you're trying to draw attention away from yourselves. Trying to deceive your true intentions.
But what if I'm trying to intimidate the thieves?
You're not. You are the thief.
I can start a fist fight if we want.
Well, I did roll a 7, so I don't think anything will come of my deceptive maneuver.
So, As you yell that, the Zorn guard next to you just goes, I know. And it's just keeping their eyes focused on everyone. And you see there are two other Zorn guards who are flanking the beginning of this ramp up to this great spiral table. And they too have got the very narrow eye squint, except Zorn's eyes close sideways, so it looks quite weird. Because they don't get the squint. It's like a strange opening. So, Tristan, at this point, it's probably enough time passed that you're like, all right, no one seems to be going at this point. So you're gonna
fake signal someone. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how are you doing this? Are you casting something, or are you?
With minor illusion, I can kind of just whisper in someone's ear.
Oh, that's true. You can.
Through the voice.
Yeah. Okay. Make a deception check for me with advantage. Go for it.
I'll go with the 17 on that. So that's going to be a 26.
Okay.
Wait, no, 28. Sorry. I went the other way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Wait. Did you minus?
I minus the one as I had a 10 and then took away one instead of
Nice.
the other way around.
Okay. Yeah. So as you whisper this in their ear, you hear them turn, and you can read their lips as they say, "That's not the signal, but I'm going anyway." And as their hand comes out of their pocket, you see a small pellet in their hand, which they throw onto the ground, and then this great puff of this like mid-gray smoke just erupts into the air right around all of you now, obscuring the entire area as you hear people coughing inside there, and the guard next to you goes, "Get them!"
I'd like to hand the bag of holding to Tilly straight away before I forget, and that molds in with me.
Okay, so Tilly, you get this bag of holdings dumped on you.
I will carry it. It's kind of big for me, right?
It's like a satchel bag. Yeah. Like a messenger bag.
Does it have an adjustable strap?
No.
Now I have to carry this.
Yeah. You're holding it in your hands. You could probably put it over your shoulders, but you'd like if you were walking along, it'd drag on the floor.
I don't want that.
Yeah. You're very short.
We know.
I'm waiting a little bit before polymorphing, just so that the guards can set on whoever runs first.
Okay.
Kind of like alley up over them.
You see now, as out of the front of this cloud, very like Naruto style, about 5 of these guests blast out at various different intervals from the front of this, with streams of smoke erupting behind them as they are sprinting just full speed towards the front of this table here, making very little effort to be sneaking in any way. You want to say something good?
You know which way.
They're holding onto
Straight out to the
weapons.
sides.
They're holding onto weapons, so it. No.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
You know, they're all wearing like 20th century, not 20th century, like 18th century, like French nobility outfits.
Also open-toed sandals.
No, there's no headbands on either. No, they look like Louis the 13th more than anything. Well, we'll see you all next week,
Does one of them have a gourd on their back?
where we start a brand new campaign.
Is one of them rapping?
People can't hear you in the chat, apparently, Susie.
Oh no, I was muted
The whole time?
the whole time.
She was very funny, folks.
I was so funny.
I hate you all.
So,
Kureon is cancelled.
please go ahead.
You can't cancel curry night.
So no, they're wielding a variety of weapons. One of them appears to have pulled out an extendable spear, and so it pulls out until its full length, until it's almost like a pike length. Is this spear like a short pike? And they are just charging at the guards here, and you see one of them just leaps into melee with the front Zorn here, and just brings a strike down into the haft of this Zorn spear, which ricochets off. And they just start fighting. Just full on, the 5 of them are just tackling the front here. And the smoke's beginning to clear around you now. So, what would you like to do in this?
I shall polymorph.
It seems like a good time.
Yeah. All right. So, with a wave of your hand and a slight hum of music in the air, your form begins to shift and change, bubbling with purplish light. As very quickly you find yourself the shape of a large and majestic eagle.
Black and red plumage.
Yes, black and red plumage. Beautiful plumage.
Oh no, where did this eagle come from?
Caw. Screech. I don't know.
We really make grapes, Tristan.
You can't speak right now.
At least we know that eagle is Tristan.
It still has the feather from the hat, like over the ear, but no hat. Yeah.
Easy, definitely.
So you're now a giant eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your AC?
That's what I'm just trying to find now.
Does a 17 hit your AC?
I would assume.
We are right next to the guards still.
Yeah. Giant eagle. Yeah, AC 13. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So from out of the remains of this smoke, you see the small, very pompous dwarf that Gunn had been speaking to earlier. And he is just wild-eyed, leaping out of the smoke here, a dagger in each hand, and you hear him say, "Hey, won't you get that treasure?" And just stabs a dagger into the side of you, trying to grab onto your back.
This is my ride. You can fuck off.
I want to hit him after he's hit Tristan, because I can use my reaction as Sentinel to be like, "Fuck you."
You can, yes. So you take.
Kind of impose disadvantage as well, or is that a different feat?
Nah, it's a different. Yeah. So you take 7 points of piercing damage, and that's it because they don't get sneak attack on this.
Good.
But then, Gun, as he flies past, you swing out
with my maul.
with your maul.
Does 25 hit?
I think it might.
Yes.
Oh, 17 bludgeoning.
And it's at this point, we're going to go into initiative. Everyone roll some of that there initiative roll for me, please.
Okay.
I was about to ask, when rolling initiative and I'm as a different creature, do I use that dex instead?
Yes, but you're still a bard, so you still get Jack of all trades.
Cool.
Gross.
Good roll.
Okay. So. Oh, God damn it, my pen doesn't work.
Oh, we win.
Oh, you're like the person at the shop. And it's like, oh, the register's not working. Like, oh, it's free then.
Somebody did that to me today. Don't. It's too real.
I did that last week.
Oh, Stevie.
I had 20 quid and they're like, we can't take that. And I'm like, well, what do we do now? Because if you don't take that, I'm taking the milk anyway.
All right.
Milk.
It's the people's milk. 25 to 20.
20. I did good for once.
For once.
Yeah. I just thought, what if I rolled well?
What's your dex modifier?
+4.
Roll again for me, please.
Oh, fuck. 20 again.
Okay, you go first.
I'm the fastest rogue here.
15 to 20?
17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Trisbird.
Birdston,
yes. Anyone else in 15 to 20? No? All right. 10 to 15.
14.
14.
You have the higher dex, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm +3, so yeah.
Ronan. Gun. Yeah, the zones are going last. Yeah, the zones are going last. All right, so top of the round is one Tilly Tartar. So Tristan currently has this deranged looking Louis the 13th looking with a big pompous wig and the powdered faced dwarf like hanging off of his back with a dagger embedded in the red and black the red and black feathers of Tristan, and is just raving and screaming about not letting you get the gems.
I would like to pull him off. That seems wise.
Yeah, you can do that. Make an athletics check from them, please.
That's not great. That is a 13 still, though.
2.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, you just grab him by his legs and just pull him down. The dagger his hand comes loose from the dagger and it just plummets onto the ground at your feet. It's just like it's just wincing underneath his own breath and is sort of like mewling on the ground.
Can I punch him as a bonus action?
Yeah, as your sure. Yeah, I mean, you took the attack action to drag him off, so sure, why not?
That is going to be a 19.
Yeah, that will hit.
Okay, I have allies nearby, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tristan's an ally.
I
Gun's
hit
an
him.
ally. Yeah.
God, this guy's
Oh,
fucking
God, this is
dead.
too many fucking dice for a punch.
Hey, be happy I'm letting you sneak attack on punches.
I know, I love used to it.
You better do.
It's the dirtiest kidney shot you've seen in your life.
That is 11 bludgeoning damage.
11?
Yes.
I was
rolled well.
expecting more than that.
I mean, I had a 1 on the d4 and a bunch of 3s.
Wow.
All right, so you just pull this guy to the ground after he's just taken a really hefty hit from gun. You just pull him to the ground to sock him in the face, and you hear a crunch as his nose breaks and a hand comes up and like, oh, on the ground. And you pull your hand back, and you've got like a mixture of blood and like lead powder makeup on your knuckles.
I wipe out on his clothes.
Oh, yeah, Tilly.
All right,
There's
anything
a little
else?
fist bump from gun.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I believe I'm about due to be kidnapped by an eagle.
Yeah. All right. So, Ronan is the only one probably paying attention to the wider field at the current time, as you're not the only you're the only person that's not been directly or indirectly involved in punching a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
You see, as from the top of the ceiling, a figure dressed in what looks to be a black turtleneck and a ski mask begins descending, arms spread out on a wire, down from the ceiling. You recognize that rapier.
Fucking Mission Impossible in this shit.
That's Master again. As he's descending from the ceiling on a wire towards this giant diamond, and you see it's just slowly coming down. And that's going to be Vesta again's turn. Which brings us to Tristan.
I would like to like straighten up a bit and kidnap Tilly and fly like the wind.
Fly, your fools. Okay. Yeah.
I've got an 80-foot fly speed. How far away is the rumble in the deep? Because it's like high up as well.
Yeah, it's like 400 feet up.
Okay, in that case, I'll dash just so that I can try and get as much distance there. So that's 160, I think. Yeah.
It'd be your action to pick Tilly up.
Oh, would it? Okay, then.
Yes, you won't be able to
I'll just
dash
do the
this
80
time.
then.
Yeah. So you just begin flying at a diagonal angle up towards this. And it's 400 feet up and about 100 foot away from you. So we're talking like diagonally, that's like 450 feet, something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know the specifics of diagonals, and I don't know the angle you're going. Let's say 4.
God damn it, Pythagoras.
You could actually work that out. Actually.
Yeah.
You've got Yeah.
After it's my turn, I'm going to work it out.
Okay, you can do
Thank
that.
I'm
but
not gonna.
you will take a few attacks as you go by. Which gun's going to get to hit one of them? Oh wait, no, it's not being Gun's turn. I will say it is. You started combat. Let's say you get to hit one of them.
Oh, no,
So the Zorn is going to strike first. Susie, you can wait until after it's all gone to pick who you want to strike. Of course. But the Zorn is going to strike you first with his pike. And that's going to be a 16.
To hit, yeah.
Yep. All right. And that is a pike is a D10.
Can I yell, don't hurt it, they're endangered on our plane.
That's 10 points. That's 10 points of piercing damage. Jams into the side here.
These are only challenge rating 1, guys, just so you're aware.
And as you see, as the smoke clears with the flap of your wings, stood there is the shape of this gigantic earth ganassi with heavily furrowed brows and this completely bald head that sparkles like a shined pebble on a beach. And from out of nowhere, he pulls a greatsword on you and just swings.
Rude.
As a giant eagle, could a cutting words exist? Just like screech in the face, maybe.
No, because you can't currently pronounce words, but I'll let it happen just because I like the idea of it.
Okay. I just wondered. I don't know what they've rolled yet. I just wanted to, figure that out first.
No, well, it's an 11 on the dice.
Oh, well, it's a miss then.
That's plus stuff, Jamie.
Oh.
The dice is 11.
Oh. So, is that more than 13?
It's going to be more than 13, yes.
I'm gonna caw in his face.
Okay. It's a 17 in total, actually.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you can do this.
Yeah. How does 8 less than that sound?
Well, that brings it down to, what, 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equal to my hit points. Just so we're all aware.
Oh boy.
Cool. Hey, Tilly, did you pack a parachute?
No.
No, don't worry. We did. It's called a second 4th level spell slot.
It's fine, I don't take falling damage when I'm inside the bag of holding.
Tristan turns into Tristan again.
I'm not sure that's how that works.
I'm just picturing like you try to get your body through, and then it's just as you hit the ground, you just manage to get the rest of the head.
That's really Ghost TV.
What you need to do is put your feet in.
Yeah, but like it's funnier if you try the whole thing.
You just put your feet in until he's there, just the feet in this bag, and just hits the ground and just stops.
What about if the momentum just like carried you through there?
Yeah. I just climb back out.
All right, so as this giant greatsword swings down towards you, it appears to be made out of a single piece of like schist rock, and as it swings down towards you, you just let out this horrible, like half pleading, half like yelling caw. This comes out, and for a split second, this creature, having never seen an eagle before and not liking things from the plane of air, just the blade buckles to the side for a moment as it clatters along the ground. It's just like this wide eye from this very furrowed brow to this very confused look.
Says him, right?
Okay. As he looks down at his sword on the ground going, oh no, I missed. I want to be like foot there. And as he looks up, smile and hit him with my hammer.
You can do that, yeah.
Oh my god, my brain just read that as 23. That's not possible, but 22 is a 13 on the dice.
Okay. That hits.
Okay. Just put a fresh coat of nail polish on this as a mistake. 10 bludgeoning.
10 bludgeoning damage. Okay, so as he looks up, he sees this maul coming down, and you smack him on the top of the head with it. And as you pull it back, it's still freshly, pristinely polished. And he's just got this very angry look on his face. The brows are so narrowed that it's shadowing his eyes. He's just like, looking up at you. Which is going to bring us to... Oh. the group which are currently fighting the Zorns, and they just swing at these Zorns and clattering around. You see the Zorns have taken a couple of hits, but one of the group is now on the floor with this giant Zorn pike just sticking out of his chest. And that will end their turn, which brings us to Ronan.
They weren't prepared like we are.
Okay, so in the midst of all this mess, how close is the thief up on the wire to the diamond?
Probably like 75 feet, maybe.
And does it look like underneath him is just a straight fall to the ground?
If he drops now, he'll hit the table. You're not sure what will happen when he hits the table or the angle will hit. It's pretty far away, but he'll hit the table if he falls.
And did I get any sort of idea of like how fast he's like descending there?
From what he came down in about the 6 seconds that it was his turn, he probably descended. You couldn't see because he came out of the darkness, but at least 30 feet.
Okay, so I'll have a look around, and the Zon that was using the pike to attack Tristan, I'm going to hit. I really want to kill the dwarf though.
The dwarf is splayed out on the ground right now, like.
That doesn't make me want to kill him any less, though.
You will have disadvantage to hit him.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the Zon.
Okay.
No, I'm not. That's a 12 total.
I have to check with these creatures. Yeah, that misses.
Okay, I'll try a second round.
Okay.
A 16 total.
Okay. That will also miss.
Okay.
Wow, you're off it today.
Yeah, well, it's low single digits.
Yeah.
Can I begin to make my way towards the bottom of the staircase then?
You can, yeah. You will take a couple of attack of opportunities to do that.
That's fine.
Oh, they have disadvantage against you, don't they?
Yes, because I've escaped the horde.
So the Zon's going to strike you. And that... No, that's an 11.
Nope.
The dwarf is going to strike you on the ground.
I'm definitely killing him next turn.
That's even less. That's a 10. The big Earth Ganassi is going to hit you. That one might actually hit though. That's a 17.
That is my AC.
All right, so that will hit. And then that'll be the only 3 that get to hit you from where you are currently. So the great sword hit is 8 points of slashing damage. Just as you run past here, strafing to the side, you hear a clatter against your armor before you feel that well of blood underneath as this great sword cuts you across the back. As my phone buzzes. Sorry. Very professional. And anything else you like to do with your turn? You're just running 30 feet forward.
Just running 30 feet forward. How much damage did I take there?
8 points. 8 points.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a dude with a sword.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Which will bring us to Gun.
All right. I'm gonna.
Quality content.
That dwarf on the ground is still attacking people, right?
Yeah, he's like limply flailing at people with a dagger.
Them all to the face.
His
Also,
other
I
dagger
really
is-
just don't like him.
His other dagger is in Tristan's side.
So he's on the ground, so I get advantage, right?
Yes, you do. He's already taken a lot of damage as well.
It's a crit.
Oh.
Oh,
I
no.
rolled a 19 and a 20.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, he's so dead. Okay.
Are you spending a charge?
No.
Are you trying to kill him?
I mean, I think you gotta turn him into paste either way.
So here's the thing. He is absolutely awful. He keeps slaves. So yes.
Okay, you're trying to kill the person who keeps half a planet.
Enslaved. Yeah, he's a piece of
enslaved.
shit. Alright. That's...
Yeah. Even though they're gnomes.
He attacked us first.
Wait a
Attack
minute, there's a lot of
bird.
maths.
The bird is with us.
Are they really?
I hope so.
The bird is the word.
12,
It is.
18, 5, 23, 26 bludgeoning.
Okay, so as you step over him, 1 foot on either side as you look down on him, and he's there like he's just thrashing out at Ronan. As he looks back, he sees you, looks up as the shadow falls over his face as the maul comes back, and he's just like, oh, no.
I say, goodbye, darling, before I smash his face in.
He's like, I'm too rich to die.
Oh, also, I'd like to rage. Hey, I forgot about that.
I figured you did that. as like a ripe watermelon meeting a baseball bat, his incredibly make-up face just erupts into a very large smear on this polished stone floor here.
All right, and with my second attack, I want to swing at the big boy, the big earth boy, the
All right,
Genasi.
right,
Genasi.
yeah. Also, this area where this dwarf was is now difficult terrain because of all the blood.
Good to know.
I get like a deep pain in my heart. And I'm like, this is what it feels like to have your kill stolen.
Yeah. Bish.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna recklessly attack the earth Genasi.
You're going to recklessly attack
Yep.
him. Yep. All right.
26.
That hits.
Oh shit. Well, there goes a d6 forever. That is 11 bludgeoning, and I'm going to expend a charge.
Okay.
So it's 11 bludgeoning.
20 on the con save.
Oh, he makes it. But that's...
Oh dear, I'm gonna sneeze. 1 second. Hi.
Wait, no, it's 13 because I forgot my rage damage. So that's 13 bludgeoning.
What are we gonna do with you?
10 thunder, it's down to 5. And 4 necrotic down to 2.
Okay, so it's an extra 7. Yeah. All right. So as you bring it into as this figure's just standing back up now after having slashed Ronan, he's pulling himself back up on his sword, and you just come back along and just put the maul into his stomach as just gets the wind knocked out of him. You see a bit of blood come out the side of his mouth as he just stands himself back up. Because unless there's anything else you'd like to do with this turn,
Just be very impressed with myself.
it's his turn.
Cool.
And you see now as the veins begin popping on the side of his head and he begins flexing very heavily, he's going to rage. And he's going to hit you 3 times.
Nani?
So the first one is a miss with a 9.
Yeah.
The second one is a crit.
Oh.
And the third one is a crit.
Oh.
So
It's fine, I'm sure.
first attack is 22 points of damage.
Okay, I'm raging down to 11.
And the second one is 23 points of damage.
Okay.
So as the 3 blows come in, the first one you block with your cudgel as you see this spray of chips of this sword come off as it scatters against your maul, but a small piece scratches across your eye, and as it does, he uses that opportunity to swing in with 2 heavy blows that come straight into your torso here, leaving these great welts and bloody marks across your front here, as he just stands over you now, towering almost 3 times your height. No, almost twice your height. It's not that tall. I forget how tall Gun is.
4'10".
4'10". Yeah, so he's just over twice your height. And he just stands over you now, just glowering down. And that will end his go. He's got one more person in his group who is going to do this. Currently obscured, so he gets advantage. Does a 24 hit you, Tilly?
Yeah, funny that. It does.
All right, so that is a light crossbow.
I will uncanny dodge this.
Yeah, with sneak attack.
Don't ask me how I managed that.
I'll make it work. It's fine. Don't you worry. You leave that to me.
No, just I've got you by the arms, but you've got incredible abs where you just like lift up.
Can plank my way out of danger.
16, 20 points of piercing damage, half to 10.
Oh, fucking nothing. That's a bruise.
As from out of the shadow, you faintly hear the thunk of a crossbow, and as you quickly glance back, you see this bolt coming towards you. And as you do, you just pry your hands, you pry your grips, yourself slightly out of the grip of Tristan for a moment as you hang off to the side, as you let the momentum swing you to one side, as it cuts across your side, and you're like, I was just too slow, as you like pull yourself back up into the claws of Tristan. And this is probably quite uncomfortable, Tristan. This Tilly is basically like jungle gymming around your feet right now.
I have an explanation if this happens again.
Which will bring us to the end of that group, which brings us to group 3. So, at this point now, you see, you feel that magical pressure, Tristan, behind you, of someone casting a powerful spell, as the smoke just clears instantly, and you see from within this depths is a figure that you had taken slight notice of, but you'd never actually gone and spoken to. Is this very tall, elegant-looking Earth Ganassi, and he's wearing these long robes, and right now he is channeling this spell, which has created this great glyph around him here, and he is going to cast it. And that is going to be, just check what the saving throw is. I've got it written down because I'm the worst. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, 1 second. I just cannot find the spell. All right, yeah, I was looking for the wrong one. That's probably why. Yeah. Okay. So, I would like you, Tristan, to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Don't drop me,
There's
please.
kind of an attack. Also, are they within 5 feet of me?
No, they're like 30 feet away from you.
Gotcha.
So, and it's not an attack, it's a spell cast.
Gotcha.
When it's wisdom, is that my wisdom or the eagle's wisdom?
Polymorph just replaces
Your man.
Physical stats.
It's
or is it-
physical.
yeah.
You keep your mental stats, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same as Druid thing. Right?
On all levels except physical, you're still Tristan.
I
It's
think.
it's a shame because the eagle's got a better wisdom than me.
Let me just quickly check that.
A bird is... Wow.
I mean, the bird probably has high wisdom for perception.
No, the tiger's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced.
Yeah.
So it's not as good. It's not as good as
Oh.
Wild Shape. So
Including
there you go.
your eagle.
Okay, okay. Ooh, 16 then.
16.
Mhm.
That is not enough.
Oh.
No, it is enough. Sorry.
Oh.
15. Sorry, 16 is another thing. So as this eye bite spell doesn't take effect on you, you don't fall asleep.
Nice.
As you feel yourself getting drowsy for a second, you manage to shrug it off as you briefly out of your peripheral see this powerful silhouette of this wizard there dispelling this smoke around him as he casts this spell. And that's going to be the end of group 3, which brings us to the Zorn. And the Zorn's chasing after you, Ronan, because you tried to shoot him.
Fair.
And he's going to run past you, Gun. So you get an attack of opportunity.
I sure do. And I haven't come back to my turn yet, so does that mean all my attacks are still reckless?
Yeah.
Sick. That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That is 10 bludgeoning damage.
10
And his
bludgeoning
speed
damage.
is 0!
All right. So as he goes to run, you spin around and crack him on the leg, and you feel this horrible sound of dislocation of this strange alien joint as he stumbles slightly to the ground for a moment, unable to catch up with his quarry. As the other Zons, including the Zon King, so the Zon King advances forward and continues eating. This time, 175,000 gold worth of gems go into his mouth. And he's moved up about, at this point, he's moving very quickly. He's moved up about 50 feet of table. In fact, you know what? He's gonna eat more. He's gonna go another 30 feet and eat another 100,000.
He's a hungry boy.
It's a very hungry boy. And then the two ones guarding that. I'm just going to quickly get some attack rolls for them. Okay, so they're fighting. The two are fighting against the group at the base here, and they are missing with most of their hits. And that will end the round, bringing us to the top again, which is Tilly.
So I'm currently in the claws of an eagle holding a bag with both hands.
Yes.
Do you have any ideas on what I
I mean, you could put the bag over your shoulder now that you don't have to touch the floor, which would give you a spare hand to do something with. Tilly should buy a crossbow.
It's not my style.
Tilly should buy more daggers.
You know, can I hold an action to scoop something into the bag? We're not going to get there in the next turn.
I'm not going to get there in this turn, no.
Can I just take a good look around from this height?
Sure, make a perception check for me.
That seems wise.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12 on the dice, and my perception is +6, so 18.
Yeah. For the first time, you notice Vesta again coming down from the ceiling. You notice that the sigil here preventing teleportation and other forms of magic goes around the entire room. It goes around. And you see that it looks right now as if one of the thieves, the would-be thieves, has broken free of all of the kerfuffle and is making her way up past the Zorns and is on the table. And is making their way up now. And they're not looking directly forward, they're looking up towards something else that they're going for. They're not going for just whatever is in front of them.
Okay, I want to keep like a bead on them as we fly.
Yeah, and it's a myconid, it's a mushroom person.
They're going for a mushroom. Darn it. Get him. Shut up. Shut up.
I'll bait them off the pile if it comes to it.
Do it. Kick him.
Yeah.
Mushroom.
Okay. Which brings us to Vasta again, who is continuing to he stands down 45 feet now. He's now 25 feet away from his diamond. Which brings us to Tristan.
I'm gonna dash. So that's another 160 feet, which puts me at 240 feet closer.
All right. So as you dash, big gust of your winds, Tilly, you're holding on for dear life now as this eagle accelerates. And you're getting closer now, and you can see beneath you now this chaos that's just erupted down below, and this bright streak of crimson near where Gunnis stood. Yeah.
We say streak, more like a smudge, like a splatter pattern.
No, it's a streak. That head went places.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like one of the big builds on Art Attack where you have to zoom out to see the full majesty of it. Yeah. So instead of salt, it's blood. It's hemoglobin. Which will bring us to those that are fighting.
Also, can I just flare the sigil as well?
Sure. Yeah.
I can still do.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So at this point, you see as one of the ones fighting the group of Zons here brings in this longsword, and it catches right across the eye of this Zon, and you hear this horrifying gurgling sound, which sounds like a boulder falling down a mountainside, as this creature's eye just pops, and it falls limply forward now with this horrible wound just oozing out with this mud-colored liquid. And that will end that group's go. Which brings us to Ronan.
Would I have seen what just happened?
Which,
Like the cut eye that because I'm rushing towards where the
you'd see the dead zone. You'd see Vester again getting closer.
yeah. So I seen that he like cut his eye and it popped. So and
It was covered in other wounds. It just seems like this was the death blow.
yeah, but it's gave me an idea. I am going to try in my 6 seconds of turn to wait until I like knock an arrow, wait until I can get sight on the king's eye and attempt to take the king's eye out.
Okay, it's going to be difficult, but you can do it. I'll give you disadvantage on this because the king is looking away from you, and the way the king is right now, he's like down on like all fours because Azon's mouth is on top of its head.
Yeah,
so
just like wait until he like circles or whatever and try and take.
Yeah. Okay.
So disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yes.
I'm gonna flare my sigil and I'm gonna hunter's mark him as well.
Okay. Go for it.
Hunter's mark has a range. I haven't used this spell in a while.
60 feet. I don't think it's in range.
Well, then I'm gonna Sapphire Strike.
I think it's 60 feet. Oh, it's 120. It's one of the two.
I'm gonna Sapphire Strike. So at disadvantage. Okay, so we're starting off fucking real high. The highest that the numbers can be, actually. But we're 26 at disadvantage.
That, with the cover bonus, hits.
Okay, so
Just AC 26.
then it's gonna be the longbow and that's 8.
This one from robbery
14.
to murder really quickly.
19.
Just another day for the recon team.
Unfortunately,
I get D4 radiant. 23. 23 points of damage.
Okay. So as the arrow flies in, you see actually ricochets off the ground and into the eye, and as this creature lets out this horrible yell as this, as you see the shaft sink almost completely into this eye here as it begins darting around panically. It's not going to enjoy that.
And with my second shot, I'm going to make another really difficult shot. Now that he's down to 25 feet, I'm going to try and shoot the wire.
Okay, go for it.
At disadvantage as well?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, 17. 19, 17, 28.
Yeah, that hits. You freaking monster.
I missed a little guy 10 feet away from me twice a few seconds ago. This is very swings and roundabouts, guys.
Yeah, that's a very British saying.
That'll be 16 points on the...
On the rope.
Yes.
16 points of rope damage.
Yeah, rope damage.
And as you fire into this zone here with the howl that it lets out and the distraction, you spin your bow, you spin yourself around and the bow, letting loose with the bow again, this arrow sings perfectly through the air. As it cuts straight through the wire, you see Vester again looks up for a second as it happens, before realizing what's about to go on. He just drops his face, like yakety sack style, smacks across the table and he bounces before he slides off the edge and clatters into another one below him, slams into the one below that before slamming into the ground, and is still.
I get George of the Jungle.
I was going to ask, does the elemental plane of Earth have cartoon physics? Like, is this Wile E. Coyote?
that guy talked a really big talk for someone whose plan was, I'm going to come down on a wire.
Uh-huh.
This mission was impossible, some might say.
I did wait a whole round before doing it so he wasn't 75 feet in the air because I tried.
It's not looking good for him with these rolls on fall damage.
Yeah, well, get blasted.
I mean, it's
Just-
fine. He was kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he was a dick.
He said he had backup plans. I assumed he could fly or something.
Featherfall, at least.
A cushion. Something.
Now you can factor into his plans how to deal with CTE.
Look, all right, he's gonna need this money for the full-time carer for his paralysis.
Oh, Jesus.
That's 117 points of falling damage.
That would kill me!
That counts as mines. That's 117 points of damage in one hit.
Yeah, that's your new highest, right?
It still only counts as one.
Paul Bones.
That would... Wow. That's one more hit point than Gun has at her max.
And you see he's completely still on the ground.
Yeah, I'd hope so after that.
Yeah.
How many of his vital juices are also outside of his body? Is there like a massive pool around?
Surprisingly none. He looks very pristine in his black turtleneck.
Mm.
You know, his black combat trousers and his ski mask. You know.
Can I use a bonus action to act like I didn't do that?
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
I haven't seen that one on my sheet.
Just
This is almost impossible, but with the chaos going on, there is a possibility.
Roll for nonchalant whistling.
With disadvantage,
Yeah.
natural 1.
Oh! You super did that!
Oh no.
In an effort to make yourself look really inconspicuous, you decide in your infinite wisdom that being the most conspicuous is the way to make yourself seem like you didn't do it, and you just let out, "Oh my god, what happened to that guy?" While
Who
holding
did that?
while holding a bow.
whoever did that is a great shot.
Amazing!
Immediately just be like,
And I'm just like, wow, look at that.
Yeah, you're pointing with the bow. Oh, go, it's your go.
On the upside, it's already kind of a brawl in here.
that could have been any great archer.
Ronan,
on the arrow. On the arrow, it says Ronan was here.
Oh, wait, I gotta roll for something. That's cocked. So the diamond comes off of its seating and begins rolling down the table. Like bouncing like Rube Goldberg machine down the table.
Oh, this has gone so badly.
It's your go.
Okay, sigil.
If anyone asks, I was busy shooting the king, okay? Fuck this, I didn't do any of that.
Right,
I love
wait, you'd rather be the guy that shot the king in the eye than stopped a burglar.
Just killed a man.
I'm going to flare my divine sigil to rob and murder a bunch of people.
Well, it divinely worked.
Right, I'm gonna recklessly attack this Genasi guy. Oh, does 26, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, it's 27 with the sigil.
uh,
Oh, I need d4s. Where's my d4 at?
oh,
God.
that hits. Oh.
Is RPGN back? Please submit
Yeah,
that,
it is.
somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 7 plus 6, that's 6. Nope. 13 plus 3 is 16.
Yeah, okay, so 16 points. And give me a moment. You see as you swing this maul in for the first strike, as the great bludgeon on the end of it contacts, you see for a moment there's this shimmering image, this almost like totem-like being around them, of what appears to be a very heavy-looking earth elemental for a moment as this appears around them.
Holy shit, he's got a stand. Well, I'm gonna hit him again. And hope I don't get auraed in my face. That is 28 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Oh. That is... Oh, come on! 12 bludgeoning, and then I'm gonna expend a charge.
Okay.
Send him to the Shadow Realm.
What? Exodia?
It's 10. Oh, he needs to make a Constitution save. which is a barbarian he should make.
24.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 10, 13 thunder damage,
Okay.
and then
That's half, right? 15 to
Yeah.
half to 6.
2 necrotic.
Okay. So, as your first one slams in through this torso, does not seem to do anything, so you're like, whoa. So you bring an upswing right into the private parts, the boulders of this, of Ganassi. And you've never heard the sound of a rock popping before.
Oh!
Uh,
Did I pop a pebble?
you pop both pebbles.
Is it like when you drop a marble into a bunch of other marbles?
Yeah, also you break his hip and the lower 3 vertebrae in his back as you kill him.
Oh. Well, you know.
What did this go wrong?
As this wave of force ruptures the entirety of the bottom part of his abdomen's anatomy in terms of its bone structure, he crumples down onto your maul, and the weight for a second makes it slam to the ground and it brings his head down to your level as you just see this completely blank expression of just the moment before the pain hits, but the pain never hit.
I look at it, I say useless, and turn away.
Meme. So, the final member from Group 1, after you murdered both of his companions, is going to run away. He's going to put his crossbow in his back and just sneak out of the door, while no one's looking. But Group 3 is going to bring us to the wizard again, who turns towards towards you, Gun. And you see as he stares you right in his eyes, and you see now his eyes are just completely blue. And have this faint glow to them, like you're staring into 2 sapphires. He just puts his hand out and clicks. And I would like you to make a dex save.
Oh, thank God, I thought you were going to say wisdom.
I thought you were going to say charisma.
Hey, Gun has charisma.
I know, but there's bad spells in the charisma zone.
What
do you
is charisma zone?
The charisma zone.
That is a 21.
21?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You make it? I'm going to need more d8s.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I've got 4 here. I'll just roll them twice. Is there anyone within... How far is that? I should have printed my spells out. Don't be like me, kids.
Me and Tristan are very far away and completely safe.
Completely.
Yes.
Nothing can go wrong.
Within 30 feet. Ooh, okay, cool. So that hits you as well, Ronan. Please make a dex save.
Does this just zap a bunch of crowd members as well?
No, because you've murdered all of the crowd members around you. It does hit the zone, however.
I think I was just assuming there was more people in this room than there is.
There was about 12 of them.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, I was assuming there was a lot more than that.
12.
Dex save 25.
Yeah. Okay, so half damage. So that's 20, 21. Oh, Jesus. 31, 34. 52 points of lightning damage to the 2 of you halved, and the zone is just ashed by this chain lightning spell. As you see erupting from just in front of your torso, Gun, is this blast of lightning energy which leaps out in these 2 great tendrils, one towards the nearby zone and one towards Ronan. And as you duck out the side of it, as this lance burns across you, you smell ozone and burning flesh as it just sears right up the side of your torso and up your shoulder pad. And you can feel as it crackles underneath your armor plate on the side. And it hurts. Yeah. That was what, 50, 52? Halved? Yeah. Because you passed it. And that will end the wizard's turn, which brings us to the zone. And that one's on. The one's on the other side here, which has been fended off by the wizard's companions, is going to try and actually do something. And fails. And the one remaining also fails to do anything. But the Zom King is going to move up another 60 feet here, eating 475,000 golds worth of gems. And is now about a third of the way up. And yeah, I need to roll something for him, actually. He's good. He's good. Which brings us to Tilly.
How much closer are we to the pile?
We're 240 away from where we started. So how close would that put us?
Someone actually said in chat how far it would be.
Yeah, halfway. You're just over halfway.
Yeah, it's 412 is the diagonal. 412 feet.
Roughly,
about halfway. Yeah.
Well, you went how far already?
240.
You're just over halfway.
Yeah, if you dash, you're probably there.
Yeah, because it's 160 feet if you dash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you dash, you're there, pretty much.
Yeah, so can I ready an action to scoop this gem up once we get there?
You wouldn't be that close, but you could ready an action to jump off and grab it.
Okay, seems legit.
Yeah. All right, go for it. So you're going to ready that. It's technically a dash action, but I'm not that. I'm loosey-goosey with the ready action. There's too many different versions of it and too many different editions.
I could leave pretty far too.
And you'll go, Vastirigan's going to make a death saving throw.
Oh, please make it, buddy.
He passes. Tristan.
Yep, dash.
Yeah, so you dash. So as you tuck your wings in at the very end to get that last little push there, Tilly, your ready action goes off. Athletics check for me, please.
Boy, I'm very good at these. I'm less good at rolling dice, just in general.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a 13.
A 13. So as you swing off here, you scramble in the air for a moment as you think you're not going to make it, but you smack against the side here and it knocks the wind out of you for a second, but you crawl with all of your might, pulling yourself up onto here. And as you look up now, above you on this great plinth is this donut of gemstone.
Good.
And that's going to end your turn.
We've nearly done it.
Yeah. Which brings us to group 2. Group 2 are the ones fighting the Zons. Miss with both hits. Which brings us to Ronan.
I'm going to shoot the king again. He's eating so much gold.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do sharpshooter, Zephyr Strike at the king.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm not aiming for like the eye or anything like that. So just
okay, good.
Not disadvantage. Okay, just check.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hit with sharpshooter. That's 22.
22.
Yes.
That does hit.
So that's
AC 21.
Oh, this is gonna suck, guys. 19. Oh no, 27, 37, 42 on the first hit.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good.
Second hit?
Well, we'll see if it hits. Oh, way higher.
We're just gonna call this episode Ronan Does Regicide?
23 to hit.
Yeah.
I get less stuff this time, guys. I don't get to hit him that much.
Kureon 2,
Oh.
Assassin of Kings.
Those
Ronan.
are high numbers on dice, though. 11, 26 on the second one.
You know, he said, like, Ronan wasn't his real name, and he gave us this bullshit elf name, right? But I'm sure it was Letho.
I don't know why we bother doing any fighting when Ronan could just fucking...
Snipe?
destroy everything.
Ronan of Pinevale. It's not where he's originally from, but it's where he took his name from. 2 bows. 1 for humans, 1 for monsters.
Listen, guys, I missed this fight, and I did a whole round where I didn't do anything, especially not shooting that guy off the rope.
So you're just catching up.
So, as the first hit sinks into the back of this Zorn, it goes all the way in, and there's just this gush of blood becomes pouring out. This brown, brackish blood that almost looks like a mudslide comes just spewing out of this hole as the second one cuts across the back before the arrow just disappears into the darkness of the upper end of the cavern. Which is going to bring us to you, Gun.
Alright, so is there anybody for me to smash within a proximity of me?
Right now, no. There's the wizard, who's 45 feet away from you.
Oh, that's
There's like 3 lackeys around the wizard. And then there is the Zorn King is a long way away, and then there's the one Zorn fighting the 4 people up at the entrance to the ramp, and that's the direction Ronan's going.
Alright, I will move my speed, which is 35 feet towards the wizard.
Okay.
And then I'll stop 10 feet away from the wizard, pull out my axe, my dad of boy axe, and just throw it at him.
Okay.
Hang on, I need to get my stats up for that. It's on here. Go into the massive bag. I'm gonna do this reckless again. That is a 22 to hit.
They're going to cast Shield.
All right.
Which makes it not hit.
Well, I'll bring it back with a bonus and I throw it again.
Okay.
Which is a 25 to hit.
Also misses.
I just glower at the wizard.
As you throw it, it goes boom against this invisible shield.
I've got a +1 to attack rolls from the sigil. Does 26 hit?
Still misses.
Sick.
AC 28 with shield. 23 without it.
Alright. Wait, what?
That's high.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fucking wizards. I'm gonna give them the and then next round I'm going in for a hook.
Okay. Well, group 1 is dead or running away, so it's the wizard's turn.
Oh boy.
Gun, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no, these are the bad ones. This better not be what I think it might be.
18.
Okay. So the banishment doesn't work.
Yeah, I thought so.
Not again!
Yeah. So as you see, he spreads his hand out in front like that, and he's expecting you to vanish, and you see his eyes for the first time just narrow, as he's going to use his bonus action to disappear from your sight, and he reappears on Tristan's back.
Well,
That seems like a very unstable thing to be stood on.
do a barrel roll.
And he's just grabbed onto your back. Which brings us to the Zorn King, who goes berserk. Which means he does one thing. Casts a spell. A very high level spell.
Does it get people off my back?
You're not on the ground, so probably not. So.
Oh yeah, someone makes a fair point. Aren't there anti-teleport runes?
Mm-hmm. There are.
But their thing still works.
He didn't teleport.
He was there the whole time.
Misty Step.
What?
No. Mm-hmm. Misty Step's still teleporting.
Dimension door? Nope. Teleport.
No. Still teleporting.
Maybe he's just a ninja.
So.
Is he in a ladron?
Does he have a grappling hook?
No, none of
I need to know.
Did he stop time and just decide that's the coolest way to make it look like he teleported?
No, he did not use time stop, but that would be cool if he did. No,
Wait.
so you see as this as the Zorn King stops eating for a second, as it rears back, lets out this howl that seems to ring across the cavern before it eventually fades into the sound of rumbling earth as he casts Earthquake.
Oh boy.
8th level spell, Earthquake. So I would like every creature that's on the ground, which includes you, Tilly, you are on ground, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's fine. I've got mobility.
Sigil.
Yeah, this is totally fine. 21.
19.
Ronan?
What dex through? Sorry, I was looking at what the sigil did because always forget to use it.
Saving throw.
Is it like advantage? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can choose to get advantage.
Advantage on dex save.
Yeah.
Okay. 27.
Okay, so you all managed to stay stood up as these great tremors begin erupting around the area. However, the table begins to crack and parts of it begin to drop off as these huge fissures open up in the ground here. One of them opens up right in front of you, Ronan, and it splits the room open, and you can see there is this 10-foot gap between you and the other side at this point now. As it opens, you stare down into it, and it just descends down into blackness as they rip open everywhere in front of you. And then he starts eating again. Another 30 feet of eating.
That guy's a hero. I want to be him when I grow up.
Well, and eat rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet there's like a road trip. You can just follow the pictures of him across America where, they do the eating challenges. There's pictures of him everywhere.
Yeah. He's on Man versus Food and everything. Yeah. Which brings us to you, Tilly.
So I'm like right next to this big donut, right?
Yeah, and it is shaking right now. Oh, I should need to check something.
Oh no.
No, it stays put. But you're in difficult terrain.
I'm gonna scoop it up in the bag.
Okay, so you grab it and put it into the bag here. Your rumbling in the deep is in the bag.
Okay, good.
Now get everything else.
And there is a lot of gems around you right now.
The other thief, is he like coming towards me?
Which one?
You said there was another one running up from the bottom.
Oh yeah, he's running up from the bottom, but he's like behind the king.
So I'm not in trouble here. Yeah, I will just.
No. The only other thief that was nearby, Ronan dealt with him.
No.
Gravity did.
Yes.
Yeah, I will just toss it.
There goes gravity.
The biggest ones I can quickly grab.
Okay, yeah. Just make a slight hand check for me, just for
Can I make a supermarket sweep check?
I don't see that skill.
You have plus 45, trust me.
Sleight of hand, you said?
Yeah, please.
20.
All right. So you just managed to scoop up. You look for the biggest, most lustrous looking ones because you're like, yeah, they're usually the most expensive. And you managed to scoop up a total of 9 fist-sized gems. Tilly fist-sized gems.
Dang.
Would you like to do anything else with your time?
What's Tristan's flight situation?
Tristan is like above you right now and has this wizard on his back.
There's nothing I can do to deal with that wizard, I don't think.
Yeah, you used your action to scoop everything up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think I just want to get like a secure footing.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Because we just had that with earthquake.
Yeah,
If it starts shaking more, I want to make sure I am not going to take a nasty tumble.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. Vesterigan is going to take a death saving throw. He fails that one. He's on 1 and 1.
Yikes.
Tristan.
We're going to do some risky flying.
Okay, go for it. So you're going to try and get him off his back. Off your back.
You also said that the diamond was falling?
Yeah, it's rumbling down towards the king.
Okay, what I'd like to try and do is, if they're on my back, I'd want to sort of fly so close to the spiral table that I just miss. But because they're on my back, they just body slam the table.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for me. Let's see how this goes.
Acrobatics. I don't know if that's on here for an eagle.
If it's not on there, it's just Dex.
Okay.
I don't think it is on there.
No.
No.
Do I get Jack of all
Jack of
trades?
all trades, you do.
Cool. Woo! That's 17 plus 4, so 21.
21. See if the contested roll holds up. No. That's a 5. Okay, so as you fly across the table and under it, trying to catch him on the small stalactites that hang from the bottom of this table here, you look back and the wizard is gone. You can't see where he's fallen to, but you felt a pressure release and the wizard appears to have gone.
And with the rest of my movement, I'd like to try and get to the diamond.
Okay.
If I can snatch it up.
You can start making your way towards the diamond. It's too far away for you to get to it exactly. So because it's
Even
been
with 80 feet?
Yeah, it's been rolling for 2 turns now.
Is it? Oh, jeez, I thought it was just the one.
No. Well, Vasterigan has been dead for 2 turns.
Ah, right. Fair enough.
And it rolls on his turn. Which brings us to group 2. Oh, they're all dead now. They fell down a crevasse and died from the 150-foot fall. Ronan.
So where is this wizard?
Wizard, make a perception check for me.
17.
Can't see him.
Then I'm going to take 2 more shots, full combo on the king.
Good to know.
So that's a 17, 27, 22, 23.
That will hit, yeah.
Yeah, because 17 plus 10 minus 5 plus 1 because of sigil.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
a lot of numbers. But
yeah, it was. That's why I stalled. Not because I'm
believe
dumb. 17. 21, 20, 36 on the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second attack is only going to be a 22.
That hits, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, wait. No, it's going to be a 17 minus 5 because I called full combo. So,
Right, okay. No.
yeah, that was going to be a sharpshooter. So,
Yeah, that misses.
yeah, to be fair. So,
Yeah, so the first one hits and leaves another wound on their side. You can see one of these arrow puncture wounds. At this point, with your skill, the arrows don't so much as stick in them, but stick into them. Like a fair chunk of the shaft as well. But they're still going. They're still up. Good. The wizard has disappeared from in front of you, and instead, there's a ravine. A crevasse.
So just out of character here, so the plan is what? You're gonna eagle back over here and we're gonna run, or what?
That's what I thought the plan was, but now we're going after the diamond, which I feel like will get us all killed.
Yeah, but Tristan's got those dollar signs in his eyes.
What are you on about? I'm helping out my best friend.
Is that gonna be a family heirloom, is it?
I mean, it's a big diamond, and you can't carry it and me.
Okay, I'll stand there like a baseball catcher waiting for the diamond to be thrown at me, I guess.
Okay.
But could I not still fly with Tilly on my back if I could fly with a wizard on my back? Just out of curiosity.
Let's find out, shall we?
But do I spot the wizard either? Like, I'm like, where's the fucking wizard?
Make a perception check.
I mean, a giant eagle's a large creature. It's not...
Well, I rolled a 16.
Can't see him. Can't see him anywhere.
Wizards.
I know, right? Okay. So, that will end your go.
I'll back up a bit from the edge of the big
crevasse.
chasm.
Yeah, okay. Which will bring us to that group. They're all dead as well.
Boy, this went rough.
Which brings us to the wizard, who cancels his invisibility spell right next to you, Gun.
Fucking thought so.
And actually teleport. And he's going to cast a cool spell.
No, no.
Cool for him or cool for us? Because I don't think it will be the second one.
It's cool for him.
I would like you to make a
Wisdom spell.
wisdom saving throw, please.
That is the worst. Those are the worst words I ever want to hear you cry about. Oh, because the sigil got advantage. That's a 16.
You pass. You are not dominated.
Oh!
As the wizard just looks down on you right now and just in this low, guttural, but somehow quite eloquent voice goes, "What are you doing here?"
What are you doing here?
What are any of us doing?
If Gun got dominated, I'd throw myself in the crevasse.
Which brings us to the Zone King, who's going to cast Earthquake again.
So
That's
here's
fine.
the thing, right? With Earthquake, I'm raging. I can't be knocked prone. Am I just immune to Earthquake?
Oh, you're immune to the falling over bit of it, but not all the other stuff
Yeah.
that can happen as a result of Earthquake. As this time, they're not using the crevasse part of it, as I would like everyone, apart from Gun, to make a dex save, because it doesn't really matter if Gun passes or fails, she stays stood up.
What if I'm flying?
You don't have to make it, you're in the air.
23.
Just a mass. Hang on, what's my dex thing again? 28.
Yeah,
Jesus.
okay. So you both, all of you manage to hold your ground as the cavern begins shaking again, but then I would like all of you to make another dex saving throw for the second part of it. Because Earthquake is a very long spell text.
25.
Is
18.
once per round I can give myself advantage, so I can't take advantage in this one.
Mhm.
Wait,
Oh, 18.
18.
8. 26, 27.
What did you get, Tilly?
25.
So much dex in this party. Tristan.
Oh, I do have to make this one.
Yeah, you do have to make this one.
Right.
I consider
That's a
using-
natural 20.
Okay. All right, let me check if it's 1 sec.
I considered using the sigil like everyone else, but we're doing like robbery and murder right now. It doesn't feel great. Feels like misuse of that power.
Okay, cool. You take half the damage now.
I
Well-
take none, right?
You take mine because you're never even yet. That is 6, 12, 14, 15. 15 halved to 7 points of bludgeoning damage to you all as parts of the roof begin to cave in and these great stalactites fall from the ceiling and large chunks of it slam into the ground. Most of you duck out of the way, narrowly missing it as it chunks into the ground. You see the wizard next to you deftly sidesteps as this huge stalactite slams into the ground next to him, the pieces of it crumbling down the side of this crevasse. One of the remaining Zorns tries to sidestep, but they're not very dexterous and just gets impaled straight through by this at least 20-foot thick stalactite that just slams into them and completely just destroys them.
So yikes.
And the Zon King eats another 600,000 gold, and let's see if he manages to eat the diamond. He doesn't, but it is right in front of him.
Don't worry, I've seen a lot of American high school shows. We can punch him in the stomach and make him throw it up.
This brings us to Tilly.
It doesn't look like I'm getting eagle rescued anytime soon, right?
No, and the cavern around you is falling apart. The table is missing in some places and seems to be suspended there in certain parts. Like there's nothing holding it up. And the cavern, the roof is falling in. The floor is splitting apart underneath you. This entire space is beginning to fall apart.
I say toss a couple more gems in there and like just shout to Tristan, like, Tristan, we need to leave.
So let's say you get like 3 more. So you're up to 12 gems right now. Most of them are falling past you down into the crevasse. You grab a couple out of the air, like, ugh.
Hold the bag out and just spin in a circle.
Like Scrooge McDuck. So you're just yelling and holding your action to jump onto Tristan, I assume?
Yeah, trying to hold my ground.
Yeah, okay. Which brings us to Vaster again. Will he make his death saving throws before he is swallowed by a crevasse?
Oh no, it's just there's nothing good for him.
Which natural was it?
20. You see, as this
He wakes up in time to
behind him. He wakes up and he's like, "What the? Oh no! Oh no!"
God, he must have a bit of a headache, huh?
And that's going to end his turn. Yeah, the adrenaline is the only thing keeping the brain damage at bay right now. Ronan, it's your go.
Is it? I thought it was mine.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
just skip Tristan out. Sorry. Yeah, it's your go, Tristan.
Wow.
I saw group 2 and was like, "Oh yeah, they're all dead. It's Ronan's go."
How far away from the diamond am I, and how far away is the diamond from the king?
The diamond is literally in front of the king. Oh.
Oh,
my phone.
we
Oh.
lost Jamie.
Oh, rip Jamie.
That is such a Tristan face if I ever saw one, though.
Wait, I think we lost everyone apart from you.
We did.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a quick break, shall we?
Let's
Before
go in
everyone.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for a quick break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah. Very professional today. right, that was German. We're back. Got yelled at in German. We're back. Everyone's back again. Little internet hiccup or Zoom hiccup, whatever it was, is fixed, and it is your coaches.
Mm-hmm. So the diamond's right by the king, and I'm how far away from the diamond?
40 feet.
40 feet. So I could sort of theoretically pop in and get back to where I was.
No. Because it was a full turn's movement to where you were.
I've only just started my turn.
Yeah, it was a full turn's movement. You could get back to where you are now, but
That's
you can't
what I
get... Oh, right, I thought you meant back to Tilly. Sorry, my bad.
Please come back to me.
That's the plan, but Diamond, the same size as you.
Your hubris will be our downfall.
Yeah, well, I'm a bard. We knew that going in.
Avarice is the folly of many a man.
I mean, he's an eagle right now, so...
Avarice is the folly of many a bird.
So yeah, I would like to try and snatch the diamond.
Make a dex check.
Check. Like the Republic. So I still get the... Yeah, because it's a check. I still get Jack of all trades. Cool. 19.
19. So as you swoop in, your claws scratch across the surface of the diamond. For a split moment, you look like you're about to grab it before the back talons of your claws push it off the edge of the table. As it ting, 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 starts rolling off the edge. It rolls dangerously close to the edge of a crevasse.
But it's away from the king, right?
Yeah, like 100-odd foot down.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna do the rest of the plan, which was head back 40 feet.
Does the king seem to care that the diamond has been knocked off the table?
The king is blind thanks to a certain ranger. They don't know.
Excellent. Good job, Ronan. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I spend the rest of my 40 feet to start heading back towards Tilly.
Okay, so you start heading back towards Tilly, which brings us to Ronan.
Okay, can I start backing away to the door? Is there a crevice ravine in the way?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one that goes right through the middle of the door. And just split the door open and...
Okay, I'll just make sure I'm like... No, I'll just shoot the wizard.
Okay, Shaggy, shoot the wizard.
Alright, no, like, big anything, just shooting him. 27.
Just hits because he's going to shield.
11, 16 points of damage.
Yeah.
And second shot. That's 20, 30.
30 to hit.
Yeah, 19, and then I have plus 10 and the plus 1 from the sigil.
Yeah, you miss.
All right, so 30 hits.
Yeah.
That's 5, 8, 10, 15 points of damage in the second hit.
Okay. So as the two arrows sink in to the pristine white robes of this figure, you see as the red begins to spill out onto it. It spills out and then shrinks back in until it's completely clean again.
Okay. Where's the diamond in relation to me?
It is like 120 foot maybe, directly in front of you along the edge of a ravine.
Okay.
But there is a ravine in front of you first.
Yeah, in the way. Okay.
Yeah. That's a 10 foot wide ravine.
Oh, and you ought to shoot it done instead. Okay, never mind. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So that will end your turn, which brings us to Gun.
There's a wizard next to me, right?
There is a wizard next to you, yes.
I'm going to grapple him.
You're going to grapple him? Okay. Make an athletics check.
I'm raging, so I get advantage.
You do, yeah.
Thank God. Can he beat a 28?
Yes, because he's got a natural 20.
Son of a bitch.
This fucking wizard.
You don't even know his name.
I'm just gonna, I'm trying to grapple him, like, who the hell are you? You're amazing.
Okay.
That's my turn, I guess.
It's his turn. And you see, as a slight wind begins to billow at the bottom of his cloak as he crosses his arms in front of you, you see, as the veneer drops away from his face, and it's no longer an Earth Ganassi standing in front of you, but an elf. And he says, I am Ilferen. And you are from my plane, aren't you? Kureon.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Don't be like, oh shit, where you from, bro?
I am the Lord of Afaran.
Atharan?
Is that name familiar?
Yeah, is it familiar?
Check the map.
Oh shit, yeah, a map.
Oh,
Oh god, we have to look at a map. God.
I have to close down all the windows I have open.
Stop looking on Scottish people Twitter while we're playing, Stevie.
It's all of my magic items and spells, Stuart.
Wow, I just got scolded.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dad, I'll be in bed before 11.
Athelaran, you said, right?
Athelaran.
Athelaran.
Athel-Lauren is the forest from Lord of the Rings.
I thought so.
Oh, he's from north of Dalnown.
Oh shit, that's basically outside the Wormwolds.
Oh, my roll 20 that won't even load, so.
Oh, yeah. And he stares down on you and he's like, what are you doing here?
Dude,
Stealing.
it is a long story. What are you doing here?
I am seeking for something.
Mm?
It is not here.
Look, I only started attacking you because I thought you were here to kill us, or, you know, you were going to kill us. I won't, you know...
I only started
Truce.
attacking you because I thought you were going to be here to kill me.
Oh shit, no, dude, big misunderstanding. Big misunderstanding, I'm chill. I'm
The first
gunned,
thing
by the
he
way.
was trying to blind Tristan as he flew directly away from him.
I know. Gun was too busy smashing a guy's head in, though.
Yes. Good to meet you. And then runs, jumps into the center of a ravine, but he just crosses over the threshold of the doorway, and then with a flash of light, he vanishes.
It's, hey, I met a really cool guy from our plane!
Sorry about the arrows.
Which will end his go as he plane shifts away. Brings us to Zon. Gas earthquake again.
This fucking guy.
As everyone makes a dex check. That isn't Tristan and not Yugun, because it's the falling over one. And then everyone needs to make a second. So
Well, 21 on the first.
okay.
26,
14 on the second.
Okay.
27, and 27 and 19.
Okay.
23 on my second one.
Okay. And then the second one, which is your first one, Jamie?
Well, I still have to do one. I think you said I
You
didn't
have to do one. Yeah, you don't have to do the first, which is the falling over, because you're fine.
Okay. Dex, did you say, yeah?
Yeah.
That's gonna be 17.
Okay. So you all take half damage. You all stay standing, but you all take half damage. Apart from Tilly, who takes half damage. Because you would take full damage, but evasion makes it half damage. So you all take half damage. Which is half of 10, 15. So 7 again.
Barely a scratch.
as more chunks of this cavern begin collapsing down on you now, and the more and more ravines keep opening up here. It's beginning to be stepping stones as the floor now, as opposed to an actual floor. Yes.
I'm also no longer eagle.
You're no longer an eagle.
Fucking hell, Tristan, please take us away.
You are how far?
I only had 2 hit points.
You're 100 foot in the air right now.
Tristan?
Oh, you can't cast that as a reaction either.
He's not above a ravine, right?
No.
Good.
But he's close to one. He could bounce.
What roll was that?
In a similar manner to Vastir again.
Does anyone have a scatter dice?
So he falls 60 feet. And then will fall another 60 feet before his turn. So, because he falls 60 feet this round and then 60 feet next round. So that falls 60 feet and then it's the top of the round again. So you fall another 60 feet, Tristan. And so you're going to take some fall damage here. You're going to take 10d6 fall damage.
Just roll all ones, please.
That's a lot of not ones.
Is it more than 35?
Well, there's 20, 26, and then 4 more dice. No, sorry, 30. Yeah, 26. 36. 42 points of damage. And I would like you to make a final, before you go unconscious, dex save.
Wait, you were on 36 HP before we started?
I was on 35. Well, no, before we started this, I was on 40 because I got hugged by my best friend.
Did he?
Oh, God.
Dex check, yeah?
Yeah, dex saving throw, sorry.
Saving throw, that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better, actually. That's to 21 then.
Okay, you don't fall into the 100-foot deep crevasse.
Well, that's good.
How close to the diamond is my unconscious body?
100 feet away, you fell straight down.
Okay.
But you smack into this floor here, and you hear this. The rest of you hear this horrible crunch as Tristan twists and contorts in this horrible fashion before slumping down onto the ground. His like arms over the top like that, and he's just. You see blood is coming up.
Twistin was a good description.
Hello, Twistin. Hello.
Hello.
Help me, Twistin. I'm drowning. Tilly, Chugga.
How far away from me is he?
200 feet.
And these big old crevasses, are they like crossable width?
Then
For the others.
for the others, it's 10 feet, so anyone can jump it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
You need a strength score of like 2 to not be able to jump it.
Okay, good. I'm gonna start running down to Tristan, like climbing down this big old pile of jewels, and I will just shout to the others.
It's not a pile, it's a big spiraling table.
Okay, I will start running down.
Okay. Yeah, so you start running down.
I'm gonna like jump down when it's safe to, when I'm not too close to the big old boy.
Yeah, well, if you run down, you're running towards the boy.
Yeah, but I want to get off basically before I'm consumed.
Okay, so you're running down. Okay, so you're running down. The Zorn's coming up like this. Tristan has died.
Yeah, and I yell to the others to get to Tristan.
Okay, which brings us to Vesta again, who is going to get up. Yes, 10 foot of movement around, guys. Don't worry. As he moves, he starts making his way towards one of the exits, holding his head in one hand and like steadying himself with the others. And that brings us to you, Tristan. Make a death saving throw.
That's a 3.
Jamie, I swear to God, if you die, I'm going to go to your house and kill you in real life. I'm not doing this again for another party member.
Ronan.
We can wish him back.
How far away is he?
How far away is he from you?
Tristan, yes.
He's 50 feet from you right now.
Oh, I don't have ranged healing, Tristan. God damn it. Stupid bitch.
Just a note here, remember? The Zorn King's gonna cast Earthquake again if he's still alive.
Why did I not try and kill him already? Tristan.
Oh, you've been flying.
I'm gonna get like 30 feet close to Tristan, and then I'm
make an athletics check to jump over.
Yeah, see when you said like as long as you don't have a strength score 2, I checked just to be sure. Acrobatics.
No, athletics.
Oh, oh, that's like 17.
Okay.
No, it's 15 because -2.
Oh yeah, you leap over the crevasse.
Okay, I'll get as close as I can this turn, and then I'm gonna full combo the. I'm gonna spend spell slots, call, sharpshooter. Yeah. Fucking kill this idiot. Oh! One's a crit. One's
You okay there, buddy?
Stevie's feeling a lot right now.
20. One's a 20, just pure. No, it's 14 on the die.
That misses.
Okay, so
Stevie just went for about 15 different emotions in space of a millisecond.
Listen, okay.
Look, your red and black boy is about to have a stalactite fall on him and die if you don't kill this guy now.
Oh man, he's fucking dying. 16, 23, 29, 36. Sorry, guys. 36, 43. Other dice. 3, 40. 15. 65 points of damage.
Okay.
Because that was 68 plus 2d4 plus 15.
65, did you say? Sorry.
No, 66 because I get +1 from my sigil, my holy sigil too.
Okay.
The one that's being used for non-holy reasons.
Okay, so as this arrow sticks in, they're still going.
Dash. Till I kill him in the other way around.
That's his go before it. It's his go before Tilly's go.
Do you think I could do more damage than you, Ronan? Because I certainly really can't.
Oh, okay. No, you'll just fail 1, not 2, Tristan. So it's just 1 because it can't crit this damage because it's saving for damage. Which will bring us to the zone. Who's going to cast out of the wake?
No.
Go.
Somebody gets to go. I'm going to run towards Tristan. How close does that get me to Tristan and the king?
Are you dashing?
Well, my movement's 35. Give myself extra 10 feet there. So 35 closer.
It would get you within 60 feet of Tristan. But you're still a good 100 feet away from the king.
So my axe, I can't throw that, right? Or I could, but with disadvantage.
What's the...
It's 20-60 range.
No, you can't then.
No.
You can throw it at Tristan.
I could throw it at Tristan, just get it over with.
I'm gonna use my second veto.
No, I will sprint then. I'll sprint towards Tristan.
Okay,
I'll use
sprint
dash.
towards Tristan. Make an athletics check for me for the crevasses. Just the one for the free in the way.
That's 23.
Oh yeah, so you jump between them, bouncing from one to the next, as this area is just becoming more and more chaotic. Which is going to bring us to the zone, who's going to cast Earthquake again. And you fail a death saving for the rest of you need to
Is it 2
make
saves?
2 saves, apart from you, Gun, because it doesn't... I mean, you should still make it, but there's no point. You stay standing up, I would.
18 and 17, respectively.
Okay.
Both are above 20.
20, not natural.
Okay, so you'll take half damage, apart from you, Tilly, you take none. And that is, wow, 23 on that one, which is halved to 11.
11.
11.
Wait.
All right.
Oh no, it's Tristan's go before any of us get to him now.
So as you see this chunk of rubble slams into Tristan, and you hear this sickening, fleshy slap as it slides off to the side, which is going to be to Tilly.
How far away is Tristan from me now?
He's like 150 feet straight below you.
That feels like a very far distance to fall.
Trust me, it is.
I can move at most 75 feet around. That's gonna be like multiple turns if I go around the spiral, right?
If you go around the spiral, it's going to be like 300 feet because it wraps round and round.
Okay, I don't move slow when I'm climbing, so I'm gonna go down the side.
They're only like, it's only like a foot thick. It's like a helix suspended in the air. There's no like legs on it or anything.
Oh right, shit.
It's not like a solid fixture. It's like this, and it's this big crystal in the center, which is like breaking apart now.
Fuck. Okay, for this round, I will keep going down the spiral.
Okay, so
just
keep running.
dashing and then dashing around.
Yeah. The diamond falls into the crevasse.
That's fine. I don't give it one shit.
I do.
Uh,
It's worth my life.
Which brings us to Vester again, who is at a crevasse. Let's see how he does.
If I wasn't in such a hurry, I was gonna throw a gem in.
He goes.
In the arms of the angel.
And you don't hear any sound from the bottom. You just hear.
That poor fool.
No. Oh no.
I mean, technically, I didn't kill him then.
You know what? You're right.
Which brings us to you, Tristan.
Oh.
It's a crit success.
So, Tristan, the piece of rubble that slams into you is like the world's most destructive CPR as you wake back up again with 1 hit point. That's the end of your go.
Yeah.
I'm
Ronan.
so glad I switched to that dice.
Ronan.
I'm gonna hit the Sun King as many times as I can,
Okay.
and his stupid fucking blind eye. 23,
Yep.
and the second one is higher again by 3, 26. So
Okay.
8, 13, 17, 22, 32, 33 points of damage on the first hit. And
Okay.
then 8, 11, 21, 26, 27 on the second one.
Okay.
And there was a D4 on the first one that I didn't roll for the holy damage. It's 1.
Well, that makes it. You take it away from a nice round number. God damn it. As these 2 arrows sink in, the Zon King just bellows again, but it's still not dead.
Dang.
Which brings us to Gun.
Alright, how far am I away from Tristan now?
You sprint what? How far did you sprint last time?
It's 70 feet.
70 feet. You are like 30 feet away from Tristan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll run up to Tristan with my normal movement.
Make an athletics check to jump onto the small island that Tristan is now on.
Yeah, it's like, what's 9 plus 12? 21.
Yeah, also this island is definitely not big enough to fit all of you on, just so you're aware. This is probably its capacity.
That's cool,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, so you jump onto the island with Tristan.
How far away is the king from me?
The king from you, at this point, I'd say 60.
60? Alright, let's throw an axe at him.
Okay.
That's a 28.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And the axe damage is D12. What's 4 plus 7?
11.
11. Oh my god.
11.
13. And then the d4 from the sigil. 16.
Okay.
So I'll call it back. Bonus. Throw it at him again.
Okay.
That's a 20.
Misses. And just flies off into the distance. You go.
That's gone down a ravine. I'm taking this out on Tristan.
It's gone down a ravine. You can call it back as a bonus action.
I know, but still.
Not everything that goes wrong in your life is my fault, okay?
Hey, guess what, everybody?
Earthquake time.
Earthquake again. Oh, and at this point, the Zon King has eaten 3.9 million gold in terms of currency. And has pretty much eaten everything that's left.
So 25 and a 13 from me.
22.
I mean, even at half damage, I'm probably going to be unconscious again, right?
And
So-
you're on the floor still. There's no point in rolling anything.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Nice seeing you for a split second.
Yeah. Ronan? You're muted, buddy.
Fuck. First was a natural 20, and the second was a not natural 20.
Okay, so half damage for you all, apart from, including you, Tilly, because you failed, sorry. 12, 16, 17, 18, 19 half to, oh god, my mind.
9.
9, thank you.
Barely a
9 damage to each of you. Gun, you see a piece of rubble coming towards you, and you're like, oh god, and as you move to the side, it slams into the ground next to you, like, phew, oh.
Whoops.
As you pick it up off Tristan.
Whoops.
And at this point now, you can see the roof is beginning to sag in, and this entire cavern is starting to collapse here. It's not going to hold up for too much longer. She's going to bring us to you, Tilly.
What's my vertical fall distance at this point?
At this point, like 100 feet.
Could you not, like, climb over the side of the table and drop down to the next level?
You could do that, yeah.
I'll try that. How much?
That's probably like a 40-foot fall.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that's like 40.
Acrobatics check to reduce it, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. That is an 18.
Yeah, so half damage. That is 11 halved to 5. You take 5 points of damage as you 3-point landing onto the next part of this table. The only issue now is your party's over here and you're over here. Because you ran around half the table last turn.
Can I go around another half of the table?
Yeah, but you will contact with the Zon King.
Can I run around a quarter of the table and then jump down?
Yes.
Again?
Yes, you can't do the jump this turn, but you can next turn.
Okay. I'll go around a quarter.
Okay, which will bring us to Vasturgan still falling. Tristan, you can still hear it. It's getting progressively.
Death saves reset, right?
Yes, but your DC is now 11.
Cool, that was a 5 anyway. So.
Can you just not?
God, you're so bad at... Why are you so bad at this game?
I'm not. I'm just bad at this part of the game.
Vernon, it's your go.
Yeah, I can't get onto the platform. Like, that little thing that they're on is a capacity.
Yep.
I've got to kill the Song King then.
The Zon King.
I have 2 spell slots left.
Okay.
I use one of them. I'm upcasting a spell that doesn't upcast. This is
Nice.
This is tragic. 24, 25.
Yep, that hits.
And 23.
Yeah, that was a hit.
Okay, so 8, 12, 19, 23, 33, 38, 39.
Sure, it does matter.
Hmm? Okay.
Steward's nest. Okay.
And then the second one is
Yeah,
6, 9, 10, 25.
25.
I know that sounded really disjointed to be like 6, 9, 25, but it's just plus, 15.
Yeah, it's fine. How do you want to do this?
I just want to just destroy as much as I can of it. Just
Okay.
to stop its movement altogether. I don't want to get around the table to Tilly.
Okay, so the first arrow goes in and it catches one leg, and the force of it with your magical bow slams it into the arm and just pins them both together like a turkey at Christmas dinner. And the second one you hit and it contacts right in the eye, and with this burst of this brackish liquid and this horrible popping sound, the eye just implodes, and you see the brains coming out, from oozing out from behind it as the Zon King dies, and the cavern begins completely collapsing as its owner just died.
Problematic.
I'll ask Gunn, do you have a potion, or does he have a potion or anything?
Yeah, I've got one. It's really good, and I'm gonna be mad, but.
Yeah, no, that's
Are
probably
we still in
fine.
initiative?
We are going to still be in initiative here because this is time sensitive.
But it's my turn anyway.
For players, you have 3 rounds.
Oh shit! All right, so action. Get my superior healing potion, which is 8d4 plus 8.
Yep. Hey, I actually have that on my GM screen now.
Don't say that I never give you anything.
He can't say anything. He's bleeding out.
He wouldn't anyway. Where the fuck are all my d4s at? Alright, so that's 5, 8 on the first lot, and then that's 13, 15, 19 plus 8, 27 HP.
Thank you very much. It's appreciated.
So, Tristan, you wake back up again to that familiar metallic tang, and the cavern. As you look up, the first thing you see is Gun over you pouring this liquid in, and then you look past Gun, and you see that this entire ceiling, like huge chunks of it, are falling down now. The ground around you is just splitting apart. The entire table is beginning to collapse. The crystal is shaking and shuddering in the center now. And you can hear in the distance at this point, all of the Zorn butlers are letting out this horrible screaming cry. And your buddy, Joffrey, is running away.
Don't blame him.
Run like the wind.
So, just quickly here, are we going to jump back to where the land's a bit more solid? Where we can fit more of us on, then pop the thing and go?
Hey, y'all need to get to me. I've got it.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Tilly's got it. Alright.
Where is Tilly's other side from us?
So you're here. Tilly's more like you're here, and Tilly's more like here at this point.
Yeah. And how many rungs of the thing are left?
Till Tilly gets down.
Yeah.
There is 2.
Okay.
And there is no floor between you and Tilly. There's just ravine at this point.
That's okay. Tristan, fly.
I have 1 slot left for that.
Bonus action, get my axe back, by the way.
Okay.
So what are we running towards Tilly?
Towards me.
Towards Ronan, alright.
Yeah, where the ground is a bit more solid, like there's more ground.
Gotcha.
Are we assuming that the broken ground broke the runes because this place is fucked?
All of the runes are still glowing.
Okay, well we have to get out then somehow.
Well, this place had a door. People are running
Yeah,
out
but
of it.
there's a fissure through the door now.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it's like splitting the side of the cavern open into the fire area you were in before. But remember, there is a door in the back left and back right.
I'll start making my way towards there.
As per the diagram you were given.
Oh yeah, hang on, I have to go see that. Yeah, whichever one's closest, I want to start Dashing my way there.
Okay, for you it'll be the back, the bottom.
Well,
bottom
what's the
one
closest for like the most people?
The bottom one.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
I'll terrace there as well.
The right bottom on the diagram, yeah. Okay, so you're make an athletics check then for me, Gun, as you leap over this gap. This is a larger gap now. It's about 15.
That's 28.
Yeah, okay, so you just over to the other side there. So you land on the other side and start running. Which brings us to Tilly.
What's my distance to the floor from here?
Distance to the floor from here, the bottom of a ravine.
So I have nowhere I can.
You can run round.
Come on, round.
Yeah, if you run round, you can keep going and get to drop down to like where Tristan is.
I will do that.
Okay, so you run round to where Tristan is, and you've probably got enough of your movement left to jump off if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So that'll be 60-foot drop again, still ish. We'll say 55.
Go for the acrobatics again.
Yeah.
So 16.
Yeah, that's enough. So that is 5d6. 12, 14, 15. 15 halved. 7 points of bludgeoning damage, of fall damage, as you slam into the ground next to Tristan.
Can I fumble for the thing the Sphinx gave us out of the bag?
Yes, you can. You pull it out. You're not quite sure what it's called, but the bag gets you just. You're like, home teleport thing?
I get that out.
Yeah. Okay. Vesta again.
The falls.
You hear the saddest, softest at the bottom of the crevasse.
And then a few seconds later, help! I'm still alive.
No, he's dead. I will get up a dice roller to see how much damage he takes. But while I'm doing that, Tristan, it's your go.
I'm gonna turn into Big Bird, grab Tilly, and fly towards the exit, probably over the other guys. I don't know. It's 80 foot of movement.
80 foot of movement. Okay, so you're gonna grab Tilly in your claws, move over to the other guys. Yeah, you're with the other guys.
Cool.
Roll. Okay, so you run over to the other guys. Tilly, you're now dangling over everybody else, and you can see them below you. But that will end your turn. It'll bring us to running.
Same thing, still running, just trying to get out, use action and movement to dash.
Okay, make an athletics check for me, please.
Okay. Okay, well that's an 18, so minus 2, 16.
Yeah,
but if I have to, I'll use the sigil. If the sigil gives advantage in checks. No, it's not. It saves. Never mind. Yeah, 18 minus 16.
Okay, yeah. So you leap over these. You leap over these crevasses here at the opening around you as huge chunks of the ceiling slam into the ground next to you. But you're almost to the door on the other end, which will bring us to Gun.
Running. I'll use a sprint if I have to, which is 70.
Yeah, you will have to use a sprint. So give me a athletics check.
That is 26.
Yeah, it's absolutely no issue for you. You're just bouncing from one to the other. Who says dwarfs can't jump? As you leap from platform to platform here, you end up just ahead of Ronan at this point here, just your difference in speed. But at this point, I would like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
18.
21.
19.
I don't know how to do it as a save as an eagle.
It's just your dex.
Yeah, they won't be proficient with it. In that case, it's a 19.
19. Okay, so you all pass. You all take half damage.
Me.
You take no damage. That is 8, 12, 17. 17 halved to 8 points of bludgeoning damage as chunks of the ceiling slam into the ground here, breaking entire parts of this off. as this area is on the brink of collapse. You have this round to get out, which will bring us to Tilly. You are in the claws of Tristan. You have the bottle in your hand.
I'm holding this thing, like, ready to pop the cap.
Yeah.
Like, when we're all together.
Yeah. So you're just going to ready your action to pop the cap.
Yeah, when we're all close.
Yeah. Okay. Just to clarify, Vaster again took 1,066 points of bludgeoning damage.
He could be okay.
Yeah, but right.
Yeah.
Are we using instant death rules, or is he okay?
Oh, no. Yeah, hold on. Let me make a death save. No, he's dead. He's very dead.
That 1 inch of unbroken bone makes a save.
Yeah, the one still living gut intestine cell, the good bacteria from his intestinal wall, that makes his death saving throw.
The cloud of blood, formerly known.
Yeah, it's a fine mist. So Tilly, you've got the bottle there, and you're just looking at the exit, which brings us to Tristan.
Will I get to safety within 80 feet of movement?
No.
You need to get to the others too.
Are we just getting to the others or not?
I mean, that's my plan.
I'm pretty sure I passed those two because I could move further.
Oh, you could. Well, actually, no. You can get to the exit with 80 feet. Yeah.
Does it look like the others could before everything collapsed?
Ronan's going to be cutting it close.
And whether he makes it or not, I have readied this action.
Yes.
I'll get sort of right in the doorway of safety.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of on the edge, just in case he needs pulling through.
Okay. So are you gonna then end the spell on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So you exit through the runes, and as you get onto the other side, you drop Tilly as you transform back into Tristan, staggering for a moment as you stand on your own feet again. And then you look back and you see Gunn and Ronan there. Ronan, it is your go.
Same thing again. I'm going to dash.
Okay, so that is 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you are just out of the edge there now. Someone's going to have to push you in or grab you or what have you may. Which brings us to you, Gunn.
Okay, I have a plan. Can I dash, and as I'm dashing, sort of spear, tackle, jump, grab Ronan and dive forwards?
You want to take both of you together in a tackle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Aussie rules football, I'm trying to fucking destroy him.
Yeah. Okay. Make an athletics check for me. You're not raging anymore, remember?
Okay, I would like to rage.
Okay, you're gonna rage through this.
Ronan's gonna have a whiplash claim, I think, against you.
So that's a 19 on the dice.
Okay.
Plus 9, 28.
28. Okay. So, Ronan, as you're running forward, you're like, I'm not gonna make it. As you're slammed from the back by Gunn, and the two of you are launched forward over the last ravine here. And as you slam into the ground on the other side, you flip forward, Gunn, not being able to control your motion completely. And as you slam into the ground, Tilly, they have just crossed past the line, and you pull the top off the bottle, and this billowing strands of light, like streamers, begin tearing out of the top of this glass bottle. More and more and more of them forming this cocoon around you as you see huge, almost like thirds of the ceiling come slamming down now. The entire floor is just broken and falling into this endless crevasse. As you are twisted up and surrounded by this cocoon of light here. And as it forms and pulls, you see from each other, Ronan and Gunn, you still have a momentum, so you find yourself spiraling and spinning through this, holding each other as you are twisted and pulled, like your bodies and forms seem to be bent and buckled and pulled apart, rendered into nothingness as you are pulled through dimensions here. I would like you all to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save? Oh no, is the sigil still up?
Yeah.
Probably
Maybe.
not, right? It's like a minute.
Yeah, I'd say it's been we'll have it up still. 10 rounds.
Yeah, 10 rounds. Yeah, it's been less than 10 rounds.
Oh thank God. A charisma save.
Does the sigil leave when you're knocked unconscious? By the way?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to double check. Not that I need.
It's a 19. It would have been 2.
Dang.
25.
Someone's charismatic.
The bard.
18.
Okay.
That's a 14 from me, dog.
Okay. So, as you are sent spiraling across dimensions, torn between the rifts, it aims for home, wherever that may be. For 3 of you, you land in exactly the right place. Or close enough to it. As you slam through the roof of a building, you scattering timbers and wood pieces everywhere. There's a smell of burnt, as long burnt ash fills your lungs, and you're surrounded by this coughing, choking dust. In the remains of the Bregforun family bakery. All 3 of you. Gunn holding on to Ronan. And Tristan, you are like reached out towards them as you hear the sound of glass shattering as a bottle hits the floor.
Where's Tilly?
I look towards where the bottle shatter was because Tilly had the bottle.
The bottle shatter is in the middle of you all, exactly where Tilly was stood.
Tilly?
I'll move outside and see if like Tilly got just chucked through another building.
Okay.
Charisma saves, huh?
So you look outside and you find that was an oddly timed door opening sound there.
Perfect.
Yeah. And there isn't actually a door here, though. It's just a burnt out wreck. As you look outside, there is no clouds of dust emanating from other buildings. There's no sign of Tilly nearby. Tilly. As you hear the strange sound of the almost half screaming, half rumbling of the earth, plane of earth, slowly fade away around you, you're left in an expanse of pure white. As all around you seems to go on forever. No horizon line. It's incredibly hard to tell exactly where you are, and you're floating here. You find yourself involuntary, almost in the fetal position. Before color starts coming back, you see a lot of blue. You see a lot of green. That's quite far below you.
Thanks.
As you are close to your mark, horizontally, but as you look down now from the skies, you see a river meanders below you. In the distance, you see a familiar-looking burnt-out town. As you begin to fall, slowly,
How slowly?
60 feet around.
That's not slowly, Stuart.
Slower than you should be.
That's still fast enough. I'm gonna implode when I hit the ground. Probably. But I'm gonna take a big old deep breath because you can't take falling damage in the bag of holding.
Okay. So as you take a deep breath, you plunge your head into the bag of holding, and as you open your eyes, you're in a space like a starscape all around you, filled with a random assortment of things. Some of it smells pretty bad. There's gems in here. weaponries, all sorts of things in here. There's like pieces of gold flit around like comet trails and nebula around you. As in the real world, the bag falls before it slams onto a riverbank like a flat sack. Just poof.
Do I feel like the impact at all?
No.
I will wait till I'm like on the last strings of my breath there and
Okay.
crawl out.
What's your con score?
It is just the score itself.
No, your bonus.
Oh, +2.
+2. So you can hold your breath for 2 minutes.
That's probably long enough, right?
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
What's your con score, Gun?
A lot.
Your con mod.
Gun doesn't have to breathe.
Yeah,
really.
you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to your con mod. So, as 2 minutes pass, you frantically dive for the opening, and as you pop it open, you push your breath out, and you hear the sound of a babbling stream next to you. You see a small spattering of trees around you. You're alive.
I think I just like lay out flat on the riverside. I just look up at the sky.
How far away is the river from the town? But like at what point? Because we'll be running around screaming for Tilly. So
It's like 6 hours. No, it's longer than that actually. It's like 10 hours by foot.
And I have all the stuff.
You know which direction the town is, though. You saw it when you were falling.
Fucking hell.
Wow. I'm gonna chill for a hot minute.
Okay. Just get your breath back.
Could have died there.
So, the rest of you. Make a perception check.
Oh boy.
natural 1.
Good job, good job. 17.
17 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ronan, you're too hit once again by the memories of this place as you look over and you see your parents, your dad's old mixing bowl. But the other two of you look out past the ash and rubble, and in the very distance, you swear you see a bird falling straight down.
Is that bird?
The plane.
What's a plane?
That's my stuff.
Wait a minute, I know that bag. Imagine it glitter. Tristan had it bedazzled.
Sorry, did you say bedazzled or vajazzled?
No, Tristan is vajazzled.
How have you
Well,
know?
it's
Tristan's
like-
a classy bird.
It's like Blackpool Illuminations down there.
God. Cancelled.
I have regrets.
Many regrets.
Let's head that way, shall we?
And turning on ceremony?
No.
Yeah.
No. Less of
Moving
that.
very swiftly on.
Okay.
Let's move towards the falling bird.
The falling star.
Yeah, I'll start walking towards the town once I've had a little bit of a rest.
Okay. So after a quick rest, you start walking towards the town. There's 3 of you start walking away from the town.
Did we leave the horses where so that Ron and Uncle could look after them? Are they close enough by for us to grab and then?
No, they're in Galmore.
Right.
You left the innkeep with them.
We did. Yeah, never mind then.
I guess I don't know that you guys are at the town, but I know the town is where we need to take all of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 hours later, we bump into each other.
I mean, how well can you analyze the landing point of a thing you saw in the air 6 hours away?
10 hours.
We do the whole rough estimate.
Yeah. So
It's that way.
both groups make a survival check.
Oh,
I
boy.
would say one from each group, but there is only one in one of the groups. So one from the three of you.
Well, that's a
Go on,
natural
go on,
one
Ronnie.
that I'm going to re-roll with Lucky.
Okay.
24.
What's my survival? Plus nothing. 18.
Okay. So as you each make your way further into this forest, which sits on the eastern side of Pineville, takes some time, but eventually, Ronan, you hear the sound of branches breaking and feet scuffing on brackish forest floor. Quiet feet, though. Trained feet. Small feet.
I'll still motion everyone in a position where we're not immediately obvious, but I won't be completely hidden, just so that if you're not looking for us, you might not see us.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, we'll move slowly forward and see if it is our very own.
So as you slowly move forward, Tilly, you're making your way I'd imagine with Tilly, she's just beelining it to the town. Yeah. You see, walking past you at a brisk pace is a very windswept looking Tilly. Completely unharmed.
I'm probably making pretty good speed as well, right? I wouldn't be full dashing, but I'd at least be single dashing.
Yeah, you're dashing. She's just running, bouncing between rock and stone, and
just here, affected by the Doppler effect.
I would stop if you shouted.
Yeah. We're only heading just to be sure.
Yeah.
What's a she will call?
So yeah, did you call?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I always stop and look the fuck around.
Yeah, we'll come out of the hiding place.
Where have you been?
Really high up, mostly.
Fair enough.
Where the hell did you three go?
We ended up in a bakery.
In or above?
Kind of both. Started above and then was in.
How high?
Not very. High enough.
So you three looked out there?
Yeah, we kind of saw something in the sky and morbidly assumed.
How did you not die?
I hold the bag of holding up. I don't think there would have been room for all four of us in here.
So that makes two of us now that's been in that.
I mean, you were stoned when you were in there. I gotta take it off and hand it back to Tristan.
Oh, thank you. Pop it back on.
All right, it's pretty late at night at this point.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm knackered. That was a big day.
Yeah, I'm shattered, almost literally.
Tell me about it. So that's everything, right?
That's everything.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, well within time. Well, maybe not well within, but within time.
Yeah, we've got a good amount of days left.
6 days to be exact.
Or less than a week.
So I guess we meet camp for the night and head in tomorrow?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
Should we just do it here? I can throw up the hut.
Yeah, I'll set us up somewhere that you can use the hut and it will still be completely hidden.
Okay. All right. So, for the purposes of where you are, there isn't really anything in these woods dangerous enough to pose a threat. So, stuff mostly leaves the besparkling magic item clad adventurers alone that fell from the sky. Even wolves are smart enough to not mess with you at this point. But you take your rest. You all rest up. You long rest. get all your hit points back, all your spells, all your rages.
Curious as to the worth of the gems.
You want to find out the worth of the gems?
I would like to try to discern the worth of the gems.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, make an int check. While you're doing that, what would you like to do?
I want to have a look at this thing that we all almost nearly died for.
Okay.
There is 11 fist-sized gems in the bag of holding.
12.
No.
Oh, there's 11.
Tilly.
Thing is, there were already 2 fist-sized diamonds in there.
Okay, so there's 13 in there now then.
I just wonder if you grabbed one of the original gems.
Probably not.
No, I know. I mean, the last one didn't go in to begin with.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. So, so there's 11 gems in there that you can check. What would you like to do, Gun? Sorry?
I'd just like to spend some time with the
donut
and
yeah. So it is probably about a foot across for like circumference, not circumference, diameter. It looks like a donut from the bottom, but from the top it looks like a mountain range placed on top of this donut, like a small little mountain range. It is a deep brown color, but almost like a labradorite style finish to it. It looks like a semi-precious stone in many ways, and it has a slight it's slightly vibrating all the time, like an earthquake vibration, like a rumble.
Cool. It doesn't like do anything if I touch it, or
it's definitely magical, but you get the feeling like when you reach out with its magic that you're in the wrong place for it.
Gotcha.
You feel like if you were in the plane of Earth, you could manipulate things, you could move things around a bit. Like your own extra planar magical JCB.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got a 20, by the way.
Okay, so each of these gems is worth 500 gold.
Good to know.
So that is just over 5,000 golden gems.
And how many did we say we had? 13 total.
13. Yeah, 13 total, but 2 of them are diamonds, which were worth more than that.
Okay, so I'll just put 11 of those total because I've already got the diamonds in somewhere.
Yeah, 11, so that's 5,500. The diamonds, I think, are grand each diamonds, I believe. Yeah. So, spend some time in the evening looking over the rumble and all of the different gems. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you go to bed and wake up?
Nope. Just find a place on the ground and just like face down.
Collapse, yeah. All right. So, you wake up in the morning to the sound of birds in the sky, the soft sounds of the wind blowing through the trees, the smell of fresh dirt beneath you, and you notice in the rip-roaring ride you've gone through the plains, you didn't get much of a time to adjust to any of the locales, but now you're away from them, you realize just how severe they were. You're no longer sweating profusely like you were on the plane of fire. You no longer feel like you're being crushed by gravity constantly like the plane of Earth, or you no longer feel like you're in a wind tunnel from the plane of air. And it all of a sudden makes the area around you now very peaceful.
There's no place like home, guys.
Yeah, that was fun, but I'm not in a hurry to go back there. Any of them, particularly.
Oh, no, that was pretty good.
Yeah, and we didn't do the water one. That's always an option. Apparently there's some giants potentially there.
I don't know. If it's anything like where we got the water thing, I don't think we'd enjoy it.
Yeah, you guys didn't see the big thing in the water. Yeah. Probably.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. So let's not go back to that particular like area, like ever, please. And also that might be worse in the plane of water. So yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, water
Got it.
maybe. Nah, just a big hard pass on that one.
Or if we go, I'll remember that I can turn into a fish.
That's alright for you. What about us?
I can turn someone else into a fish.
I don't want to be a fish.
I want to be like
There
a
you go.
minnow or some shit, you know?
Funny you say that. I was going to try and turn the gargoyle into one of them and put him in my water skin, but like that
No.
plan backfired.
Yeah. That was a shit show, wasn't it?
Yeah. But hey, I turned into a giant ape and I smashed some dudes. It's fun. You know, just mindlessly smashing things. It's great.
It is. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, I might do it more often.
So, we're gonna get these magic things to Fran's uncle.
Yeah. And hey,
Yeah.
you said it right.
Said all right.
Never mind.
Let's go get our girl back.
All right. So, as you make your way back through the forest towards Pine Vale and the circle of stones where Referin was hiding out within the Glorantha. As you get close, you see that pinned to one of the Glorantha is a small note. And it's written in Elvish. Mostly.
I'll have a look.
You recognize this specific style of writing, this very cryptic, hard to read by most people style. It's your uncle's.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically coded, a coded message on how to open the Glorantha portal from this side, because you need to open it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see the bits that you can't read are actually the Celestian sigils that are on the different.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then before we do, I want to take some time and sweep the area, make sure there's no one here.
Go for it. Make a perception check for me, please.
25.
As far as you can see, there are no people here. There's apart from yourselves. There's a couple of like wild animals, but none of them are like staring eerily and intently at you.
Yeah, because I was even looking for them.
Mm-hmm. There are a few wild animals, a couple of rabbits. There's a deer, some birds. The deer's like a bit into the forest. It's just grazing.
Okay, then we get going and get started.
All right. So as you place your hands individually upon each of the sigils, drawing them out as you watched your uncle do, the portal opens once again and the staircase winds its way down into this great vine-covered portal that erupts here.
I assume we go on in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So as you make your way down, once again, it goes down and down and down until you feel yourself pulled into this small building, this small room you were in before, the long corridor which reaches at the end, the orrery of worlds that you saw before. And you see now, Riferon has put together a small bed in which you see a figure, big puff of ginger hair, strand of blue in it. And as you go in there, Riferon stands up and he's like, "Oh, you have returned. Successfully, I hope."
Mm-hmm.
We have some stories for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you do. You can tell them to me after your friend is back. You can tell them to us both. For now, though, we have work to do.
Well, you better show him the stuff, Tristan.
Yeah, I'll walk over and I'll start presenting each item.
Okay. And as he takes them from you and begins to walk towards the control console that you saw him using beforehand, that's where we're going to end for tonight. Next time, see if we can get Namari back.
I hope so.
If it all comes down to like a roll now and it just all kicks off.
A lot of working so far.
Yeah, I'm right.
Let's find out.
The DC is like 2.
Yeah, it's a DC 2 roll on a D100.
We all roll 1s.
Yeah. I'm like, shoot, Lydia, about that. Any ideas for a new character?
One that's immune
together.
to curses.
That's not going to happen, though.
No.
Okay,
We're going to
So-
save her. Shut up.
we'll find out next week. It'll be fine. You're going to do great.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to do a little bit of a ritual. Oh, it's not really a ritual. It's more of a scientific experiment on your friend.
Just so long as we don't have to ring customer support and go through all them voices again, I'm fine. We can do it.
Oh,
If-
shit.
If that thing has a computer voice, we're done. I'm just... Nah.
Uh-oh.
It's actually Primus.
Well, yeah, join us next week for more Kureon. Where I definitely don't make my players sit through tech support or an ancient otherworldly entity machine
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Fine. Be fine. You'll tackle everything I throw at you with your usual bravado and gusto and lack of,
What, you mean tact and grace?
yes, tact and grace.
Thank you. Credit where credit's due. Stuart.
My apologies.
Anyway, let's thank the nice people for their time this evening.
Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will see you again next week, where we'll be back with some more. And the week after that, hopefully, our Warlock will be rejoining us. Namari. We'll see what happens with that, though. Might go drastically wrong. Might not. It's all down to these four. And Namari. No pressure at all, guys. But you'll be able to see that next week on Kureon. Until then, if this is your first time watching, if you want to catch up, you can do so on YouTube. Susie has all of the previous episodes of Kureon, as well as her other shows like Bike Club, up on YouTube, so you can go watch them now. I do highly recommend Bike Club. Not for me, but for Marissa, because Marissa is a God-given gift
We don't deserve her.
and blessing upon this world, and also terror of my nightmares. So if you enjoyed that, please do give us a follow, give us a like. Let us know on Twitter. All of our Twitter handles are below our cameras right here on the screen right now. You can see. And they might also be in chat. They are in chat. Fantastic. So if you enjoyed all this, do let us know. But for now, though, we will see you next week. But 3 of us will see you on Wednesday, where we will join us for Bike Club. So we'll catch you then. Bye.
I just keep waving until I get confirmation.